Check. Check. Check, 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 check. Got it? Test 1, 2, test 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. This one seems a little bit lower than this one, because this one seems check 1, 2. 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 Check 2. Check 1, 2. Sure. Check 1, 2. Check, 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 check. Two, two, check, two. Check 1, 2. 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 Here we go. No, it was me. Check 1, 2. 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 Test, test, test. Test. We good? Levels look good? Check 1, 2. All right.
We see the leaves turn, and no.
So you love your game?
For this man, it goes beyond.
Haskins, take one.
It's official. It's official.
I'ma do this here forever. Forever. 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 I'ma do this here forever.
There's a saying that everything is bigger in Texas. And while this usually rings true, it most certainly applies to both the home of the Cowboys and the 7th installment of the International Bowl. This annual contest pits a team of under-19 American stars against their counterparts north of the border. And while on paper it might seem to favor the home team, history has shown a distinctly competitive affair.
Last high school game of your career before you signed that on the dotted line.
Just knowing that I'm going to Dallas Stadium and I'm representing my whole country is just a big honor and blessing.
And while the U.S. roster boasts over 20 top 300 recruits, there is a clear expectation in regards to the nature of the competition.
This is not an all-star game, okay? I'll repeat it one more time. We are not an all-star game. You are the U.S. national team. As much as you guys grow up to dream and put a Division I ball cap on, your opponent dreams of coming over here and slapping you around.
On your jersey, the USA across your jersey is a whole different thing. I don't plan to lose. I'll go for two, I'll onside kick. We're going to go for every punt. We're going to do all those kinds of things and have fun. We don't plan to lose. So we're going to play the best guys.
The U.S. roster has included past greats that can be known by a single name. Gurley, Jameis, and Honey Badger. So as the 2016 edition heads to their first practice, the focus is squarely on the task at hand.
If I turn like this, I can't play C-gap, can I? Because now, in order to make a play behind me, I got to do something miraculous like that. See it?
The true question for Team USA lies not in talent, but rather sacrifice. Whether the players are willing to give of themselves for the good of the team.
You know, all of these kids are going to big Division I schools. I mean, you know, sometimes when you get high-caliber athletes, all-American athletes, five-star athletes, they think that it's about them. It's about how many plays they can make, how many yards they can gain, how many balls they can catch. But, you know, football's all about team, and it seems like these kids understand that.
The U.S. staff has been assembled from around the country, amongst them running backs coach Cody Hawkins, who quarterbacked the Americans to gold in 2011 at the World Championships. Knowledge he's happy to share with his players.
I know it's early, we gotta go. It's right to 28 and get a ready break. All right, I want a good clap. Run the show. Let's go, baby.
To get anybody to become part of a team, you really have to unite them towards a common goal. You can really start to get a sense that the United States is much different than representing a brand or a certain region. It's your country.
The Stars and Stripes firepower lies at the skill position. Led by the trio of Alabama-bound Trayvon Diggs, USC commit Trayvon Sidney, and top-rated athlete Mecole Hardman Jr. Among a talented group of quarterbacks, Ohio State-bound Dwayne Haskins Jr. credits the national team program for an important part of his development.
I think I've learned a lot as a player, you know, from that first USA game at like 5'6", 150 pounds to 2 years, 6'3", 205 pounds. It's been crazy just to see how much I've grown. So it's just crazy to think that, man, I was part of the first game and I get to finish it out this way.
Despite sharing an equal level of talent to the rest of the squad, UCLA commit Austin Kent still faces the struggle of all kickers, having a part of the field for himself.
Nice and easy. Don't try to kill it. There it is.
The whole practice will just aim at poles because kicking is all visuals. And if you can get your visuals down, just all you gotta do is swing and the rest just comes easy.
Later that afternoon, it was the Canadians' turn under the warm Texas sun, and they wasted little time going to work.
Team 3, third and medium, let's go!
Leading the Canadian squad is a familiar face in international football, York University head coach Warren Craney.
You know, it's one of my favorite times of year coming here. You know, playing football, being Canadian, but playing football in the state of Texas, it's, you know, an absolute dream. And our kids appreciate every second to be here. And as a coach, I've loved it from the first time I did it, and it just keeps getting better and better every year.
After practice, U.S. team got a sneak peek inside Cowboys Stadium.
Don't move, bro. Yeah! I don't even like the Cowboys, but oh my gosh. Bro, this thing is, bro, if my grandma was here, bro, she had a heart attack.
Where their new uniforms were to be revealed. It provided the perfect opportunity for linebacker Jaquan Yu Lee to grill his teammates.
Who's the best between you and your brother? Oh. Hold on, wait. We didn't catch that. Who's the best now?
Me.
You the best? Well, you heard it from here, folks. Trayvon Diggs is better than Stephon Diggs. Just give me a couple words how you're feeling right now as we speak.
I'm excited, ready to play and get this dub.
So, how does it feel to be in the Cowboys Stadium?
I feel pretty good. Last time I was here, my dad was coaching, so.
Your dad was coaching?
Oh, yeah.
So your dad was a Cowboys coach, huh?
Uh-huh.
Ooh.
I mean, with my hair flow, I mean, it's just the attractiveness.
Yeah, that's pretty long. That's pretty long. Oh my God. Oh my, oh Lord. Man, Daz know he want me to sit right there. Tony Romo. Hey, I'm about to interview this guy. So, sir. Excuse me, sir. Do you see this? Do you see this? Son, Lee. I'm cute, boy. I'm cute. LL Cool J. I need love. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you heard from the best, the greatest, Jaquan Ewing. Till next time.
But it was a more serious keynote from an Iraqi war veteran that helped the players.
Beautiful Ford Center at the Star in Frisco, Texas, home to the Dallas Cowboys headquarters, and today it's home to the future of America's game. It's the U.S. Football National Team Middle School Bowl Game Series, Game 2 of 3. It's the U14 Stars and the U14 Stripes coming up next right here on Game On Sports. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Ford Center at the Star in beautiful Frisco, Texas, just north of the DFW area and home to the Dallas Cowboys. I'm Kyle Yeomans alongside Zach Wolchuk here for the U14 Stars and the U14 Stripes, a matchup of some of the best middle school talent in the entire country on display here for everybody to see on Facebook Live at the Star in Frisco. It's really an outstanding opportunity for some of these individuals that are, like I said, some of the best and most skilled players in the entire country to be showcased on a national level.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, whenever you're able to get the best of the best, the creme de la creme, it's a treat to watch, and I can't wait. We saw a great game previously. This is game 2 of 3 on the day, and we're about to get it going.
Yeah, getting it going is right. We got it going with a 37-7 outing with the courage over the pride in game 1. Now it's Stars and Stripes representing the U.S. colors for the rest of the day. With this U14, though, you look at the Stars and the Stripes teams, both of them led at quarterback by some studs, really back behind center in the shotgun for the remainder of the day. Really.
Yeah, 2 Dallas-based kids with Brennan Storr and Jake Strong leading the way for each team. Both kids very, very strong arms, accurate passers. Storr, an extremely mobile dual-threat quarterback. 2 of the best in their grade level. Storr, arguably the best in the country.
Yeah, arguably the best in the country, and they're representing USA football very, very well here in their home city in Frisco, Texas, just a little bit north of Dallas. When we come back, we've got a little bit of time before kickoff, but you'll hear the PA announcers giving the starting lineups for some of these individuals. Such a thrill for them to hear their name announced on the speakers, the same as Ezekiel Elliott and Dak Prescott are on a day-to-day basis. But when we come back, we'll have the PA announcing of the starting lineups, the national anthem, and then, of course, we'll get you set for kickoff between the U14 Stars and the U14 Stripes right here, presented by Game On Sports.
Number 59, Chance Jackson. The U14 Stars and the U14 Stripes just about set to get underway here from the Ford Center at the Star in Frisco. Once again, Kyle Yeomans alongside Zach Wolchuk here for the U.S. National Team Middle School Bowl Game Series, game number 2 of 3. Zach, we've got some star power on the way. Before we get started, do want to mention the captains for each team. The Stars have the captain, running back Alan Mitchell, wide receiver Andrew Alexander, defensive lineman DeAndre Carter, Nick Brooks, the defensive back, Chance Jackson is the flag bearer for the Stars. And for the Stripes, you've got Sutton Lee, wide receiver, Carson Green, the running back, linebacker TJ Harold, defensive lineman Steven Johnson, and then the flag bearer is the running back, and Elijah Tiger. Outstanding last name there. The head football coaches for both teams. The Stars are led by Joe Trochet out of Hamline University, which is all the way in Minnesota. He was the head coach for the Stars team. He also coached the defensive backs. And then on the Stripes side, head football coach Daryl Jones out of Southwestern High School. We'll mention the rest of the coaching staff later on, but Zach, we're about ready to get set, and some top-notch talent at the middle school level on Showcase here on Facebook Live. We want to invite you to share us here on the U.S. National Football Team homepage. You can also follow the U.S. National Team on Twitter and Game On Sports at Game On Sports Pro. And be sure to share us, like, and comment. We'll be reading your comments as well throughout the ball game. The Stripes will start on the defensive side. Stars will have the ball first, led by quarterback Brennan Storer. And we talked about him in the open. Zach Storer is really one of the top-notch athletes, one that's been highlighted throughout the entire week here in North Texas as a guy who really has a chance to be special.
Yeah, I mean, he played at the International Bowl in January. He's got tremendous zip on the football. He comes from a family lineage of pro talent with his dad having played at Vanderbilt. I mean, he's a dual-threat athlete is really what it's all about. So we're going to get to showcase his arm strength as well as see his scrambling and running ability. But on the opposite side, as we talked about in the open, we've got 2 excellent quarterbacks with Jake Strong quarterbacking the Stripes team as well. I mean, he's been within the system here. Both the quarterbacks out of the Dallas area, which I also think is very interesting. We've seen tons of great talent come out of this Dallas DFW area, not only at the quarterback position, but just in football in general. But 2 running backs. We've also got Alan Mitchell for the Stars. Expect to see a lot of him. He's an excellent receiver out of the backfield. And then you've got Carson Green on the opposite side for the Stripes. He was the MVP alumni of the International Bowl back in January. In receiving corps as well. Tons of talent on both sides of the field.
So there's Storer in the shotgun. He's going to fake the handoff and then automatically rolls out to his right. Pressure there, and he's able to complete the pass far side, and it is going to be complete for about a 5-yard gain. As Andrew Alexander, we mentioned him earlier as a captain. He's the one that reels it in for the first reception of the game. Humboldt, Texas native gets us underway.
You can already see the mobility there, getting Storer on the move. Just a little rollout to his right. Able to throw a quick strike. Tight coverage there as well. Had to zip that ball in.
Tight coverage. There was a blanket around the receiver, and you could see the arm strength early there from Storer, able to fit it into the hands of Alexander. The play action this time looking for Oliver, and Oliver can't handle it in the flats. Kind of off balance. The throw was back behind him. Had to make an adjustment. Just wasn't able to get there in time. And also not before Ashton Payne was there, and then also Johnny Ingram, another Dallas, Texas native, was nearby as well.
Sean Oliver, a Houston, Texas native. And this one just trying to get that pass out to the flat, something that we saw an issue throughout the game, really, in that previous game between the Courage and the Pride.
This one's handed off up the middle, given to Alan Mitchell. Mitchell pushing the pile, getting close to the first down marker, and I think he got it.
Yeah, I think they're going to mark it right on the marker. Way to run behind your pads there for Mitchell, just bulldozing his way through, able to get the yard to gain and a fresh set of downs here.
They do move the chains as we're just over a minute into here in the first quarter at the Ford Center. Got Braden Seeley out there as well, out of New Braunfels, Texas. Stars on offense. It's fitting that the Stars are technically the home team since we are at the home of the Star. Storer patient in the pocket. Great protection from that offensive line. Takes a lick in the end, but does complete it far side. Gives it to Seeley for a gain of about 8 on the first down pass. And Thomas was there on the tackle to save the first down. It's going to be 2nd and 2 on the way.
Well, that offensive line doing an excellent job early on here for the Blue. A pair of big names along that front. With Tusi Tupuala, number 65.
Storer taking it himself.
It's another first down, too, right off that left side.
5 plays into the drive so far, already 2 first downs. And Storer was really touted as one of the top dual threat quarterbacks, if not the top dual threat quarterback in his class during his time in the middle school ranks, heading into the 8th grade, getting ready for high school. He's going to try and continue that, but you can see it there, just confidence in running. Letting the lead blockers make a path for him, and he's able to gain about 5 yards and that first down. 1st and 10. 3 receivers to his right, takes a 5-step drop. He's got some pressure back behind. He's able to get out of the pocket, get some positive yards before he's taken down from behind. Dylan Coyle was on the tackle, but a 7-yard gain, and somehow Storer was able to pop out of the pocket.
Now as Tyler Stone just came ripping around the edge, and it looked like he had Storer, but just pulling a Houdini. Finds a way to escape. A nice run of 7 yards, 2nd down and 3, staying ahead of the chains. There's that mobility.
And mobility is definitely there. The defense just trying to catch up right now. Stars on the attack. Quick handoff. Good block on the near side. And rumbling his way for the first down is Williams. Tackle made by Chris Carpenter. And another fresh set of downs. We've already had 3 first downs on this drive, as really the Stars have just gotten it rolling early thanks to the running game.
Yeah, that left side of the offensive line with Salem Goldsmith from Maple Valley, Washington, and Caden Green from Lee's Summit, Missouri, doing a really good job. That is a strong side to run behind for the Stars team.
1st and 10 again. Storer in the shotgun. He's got Williams to his left. Hands it off to the back again. He's got some space running side to side, laying a stiff arm and getting close to the first down marker. Gain of 9. He's got a gain of 14 and a gain of 9. It's just in back-to-back possessions. And it's going to be 2nd and inches from just about the 33-yard line.
Just ripped that one off to the right side. You see the explosion there. Tremendous running. Williams now to the game at halfback.
There's Storer once again, the QB read. The option play trying to scoot on out to the hash marks. He did evade the tackler, gets the first down again.
And that was a keeper all the way, just a play fake. Yeah. He's going to take it off that right side, showing the wheels, little stutter step. This has just been an easy, methodical drive to open up here for the Stars. Got to have a lot of confidence. And Brennan Storer, he just started this one cool, calm, and collected. You can see why. So much confidence in his ability and really the arsenal that he's got around him.
5 run plays compared to just the 3 pass plays. They tried the pass earlier, had 2 completions, 1 incomplete, but once again, another run play. There's 6 straight, and it continues to work. Why not? Let that offensive line push. And another great 5-yard gain. If you're going to gain 5 yards every time you put the football on the ground, you're going to have some success.
Well, we've seen throughout this bowl series, most of the time the defensive line has had the edge, but this Stars offensive line really just forcing their will on their opponent right now. The ground game is working to perfection.
Big offensive line, led at right tackle by Tapola Tusi Jr. 345 pounds, 6'4" right tackle. How about that throw? Storer to Mitchell for 6, and the Stars are on the board first.
Great wheel route there from Alan Mitchell. And we were told, watch out for this kid's hands. He is unreal out of the backfield. And you saw him just slip right around,
down the sideline. Beautiful strike, like you said, from Storer, in stride, hits Mitchell. Easy pitch and catch for the touchdown, but the execution was flawless.
And that's what happens when you have 7 straight run plays or 6 straight run plays. You get that defense creeping up a little bit, and then you run a running back on that wheel route up on the top of the defense, and it's an easy score. Robert Gunn on for the extra point out of Seminole, Florida, and it's up and good. 7-0 Stars strike first. The Stripes have not even gotten the ball just yet. But a touchdown pass from 20 yards out as it's Storer to Mitchell for the score. And really, that was just a methodical drive. You kind of had the feeling that something was going to break open like that, Zach, because of the fact that they were so successful. It wasn't hard to kind of work their way down that on that drive, and it was really because of the offensive line and the success that they had in the trenches.
That was about as perfect a drive as you could draw up to start things off. I mean, the passing game, the run game as a whole, but like that offensive line, and we mentioned, Kyle, they impose their will, and that is a great sign. And now back over to the Stripes here. What can Jake Strong and company do to answer?
Not much early on. That defensive line in the backfield quickly. They're able to take down Trey Leavitt pretty early here. Actually, it's Green carrying in. He's got that jersey tucked up. You can barely tell what the number is. Even the PA announcer got it wrong there for just a moment, but it was actually Carson Green on the carry. Loss of 4 on the play, and it brings up 2nd and 14. That one's going to be knocked down. In the backfield, big number 43, Joshua Santos out of Laredo. Comes out of nowhere and just knocks it down with both hands.
Well, Santos came off the edge pretty much on block. Gets those big hands up there and unable to throw it through the trees with Strong. 2 very impressive defensive plays back-to-back to open things up for the Stars here. Man, couldn't draw up a better start.
Now that coaching staff is definitely happy on that far sideline right now. Led by Joe Trochet, excuse me.
Tried to dump that one over the top. Waiting in the wings there was Kazis again. Unable to connect, so that's a quick 3 and out for the Stripes team, and they're going to get it right back over to that Stars offense.
They're going to have great field position to work with, too. Pierce Thomas Burns out of San Antonio. He's on the punt. See him in the backfield on the left side of your screen. Standing on that 7-yard line, he may have to back up a little bit here. Now they're going to call a timeout. Well, that's really interesting. Punts are blown dead immediately whenever the receiving team ends up gathering in the football. But apparently the Stars defense there didn't like what they saw, and they called a timeout. Very interesting.
And that might just be a personnel thing. They might not have had the numbers they wanted or the correct players out there.
Yeah, you never know exactly what that coaching staff is thinking. They have 3 guys back to return. Of course, no rushing on the punts as well. See how far Pierce Thomas Burns can boot it.
Number 9 Burns in the punt on the Stripes.
Burns in that white number 9 jersey. The Ford Center at the Star in Frisco. Home to the Dallas Cowboys headquarters. You see the Cowboys plastered in that end zone in gray lettering. Within 14 on the punt, all the way back from the 7-yard line. That's a low spiraling kick. It'll take a Stripes bounce, and it'll be reeled in right at the 41. So a 3 and out for the Stripes. The Stars have had really a textbook open, Zach, to get things started here. That drive for the Stripes lasted just under 40 seconds. They did not have the ball for very long.
And now, with the ball on the 41-yard line in plus territory, look out. The Stars are looking for more. That run game, very effective, whether it was Mitchell carrying the ball, Williams, Storer, and we'll see maybe if they can use that to their advantage. We saw the wheel route work, but that play action, as you noted, Kyle, That is a deadly weapon. Anytime you're able to play off that run game, get the play action going. Some really talented wide receivers on the Stars group, headlined by Deshaun Oliver, number 17 in blue.
Handed off to the big running back, Jamari Stone, out of Honolulu, Hawaii. Stone at 5'9", 190. Very talented running back as well. A little bit bigger, stockier running back than you're used to seeing. That just means he's got some little extra power built in. At quarterback now, Jackson Gilkey out there out of Ennis, Texas. Stars have been textbook so far. Just about 3 minutes left here in the first quarter. They lead it 7-0. 3 receivers to the left here for Gilkey. Hands it off again to Stone. And he's going to barrel his way forward again. Only gained about a yard on the first time. Gets about 2 here.
You gotta love that tough finish, though. Lowering the shoulder, falling forward, take the defensive player with you. Those yards add up, especially when you get into the fourth quarter. You start to wear down a defense. Now, the thing that both these teams have in their favor is very deep rosters. They're going to rotate pieces in and out, try and keep everyone fresh, alternate series.
Try and keep everybody healthy as well. Of course, when you get the best players in the country, you're going to see some big hits. We saw that in the first game. Now you got Victor Jesus Gutierrez in at quarterback. He's going to step up in the pocket. His first play, and there might be a hold called here, but he's going to be dragged down regardless. Good play there from Aiden Fortenberry out of Clovis, California. We'll see if this comes back, and even then, maybe the coaching staff for the Stripes just lets this one be declined.
Yeah, it was a hold off that left side.
Darryl Jones and company want to do, and they might play the field position battle here. It's going to
exactly
be
what they'll do.
They'll make it 3rd and about 15 or so, maybe about 14. Nope, 16. I'm just really bad at math.
Well, you know, we all are.
That's why I'm in this profession.
Alan Mitchell checking back into the game, caught that touchdown on the previous drive, 20 in blue.
First penalty of the game for the Stars offense. Gutierrez back at quarterback, another Dallas, Texas native calling the signals. Steps back, launches one, it's underthrown and it's knocked away. Great individual effort there from Malaki Suski. I hope that's how you say that name because he deserves every bit of credit on that.
From Juneau, Alaska.
My goodness.
Yeah, I mean, that ball hung up there a little bit. Suski did a great job coming over to break that one up. But way to deliver a throw there. Staying in there, know you're going to take a hit, get sandwiched by a couple of defensive players. Try to give your receiver a chance. Saw man-to-man on the outside, but a good play by the defensive back.
This one about to be booted away by Robert Gunn. 1 for 1 already on PATs. Good line drive kick all the way to the 22-yard line. That's back-to-back 3 and outs for both the Stars and the Stripes. 1:36 left in the first quarter, and the Stars continue to lead it 7-0. Stripes have some poor field position all the way back to their 22-yard line. It's 2 yards better than where they started after that touchdown drive from the Stripes, but we'll see what the Stripes can do. Get things started. Of course, once again, the Stripes are in the white and the Stars are in the blue. It's going to be Bryce Pushit in there at quarterback out of Richmond, Texas. Quick handoff, good block from the offensive line. Spinning off of a tackle is Carson Green. That was an impressive 3 yards, I'll tell you that much. Could have potentially gone for more, but Green is going to be taken down pretty quickly by DeAndre Carter.
Coming back out with the run game here. We'll see if that helps out the Stripes at all. Quick tempo. And a little bit of a false start. Wide receiver, I think that was Peyton Woodyard, tried to get a head start there. Crossed the line of scrimmage a little bit early. Woodyard, a player to watch, though, out of California.
Talk about players to watch, that DeAndre Carter, and just a massive defensive lineman. kind of a guy where your ceiling is just unbelievable. Could really make something happen. This one hand off. Trey Leavitt. Probably Levitt. Hurricane, Utah. What a city name. Hurricane, Utah. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome city name.
Hurricane,
hey, where are you from? Oh, I'm from Hurricane.
Hurricane, no big deal.
What do you think their high school mascot is? A Hurricane Hurricanes?
Hey, I don't think so. That doesn't really make
No,
sense.
I don't know.
But that's a good question. I wonder what is their school mascot for high
If you
school.
know, on the comment section, comment
Oh,
Hurricane
wide
High School.
open.
Oh, man, wide open. He's got one man to beat. Now it's a foot race. He'll be caught from behind, but not before a huge gain to the 40-yard line.
Flag was thrown. Now it's along the sideline. I'm not quite sure what it could be.
Doesn't look like it's on the offense.
But just a blown coverage, wide open down that sideline.
Sebastian Terrace was the wide receiver there. Good throw from Fushik. And it is going to be a first down. They wave off the penalty altogether. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, it might have been an incidental toss there, and where it was thrown was a little strange. Right along that sideline past the white outline marker. But the Stripes are feeling good. They're on the move. They're in a hurry.
It's the biggest pass that they've had so far today. They hand it off again to Levitt, and Levitt's got some room.
How about
Spins off
those
a
wheels?
tackler past the first down marker, and then some. 17-yard gain from Levitt. And just like that, the Stripes are knocking on the door for that red zone, and that should bring the first quarter in. They're going to try and get another snap off, and they will not do so. The first quarter does come to an end, but with 10 minutes down and 10 to go here in the first half, the Stars have their backs against the wall. The Stripes trying to tie things up on this drive. Bryce Fushik with a nice pass to Terrace. Then you've also got the great running from Levitt, and now you see that those white jerseys starting to get a little bit of momentum on their side.
Yeah, this one's started to turn into a game. It seemed early on the Stars came out. Excellent opening drive right down the field. Their defense forces a quick 3 and out. Stripes just looked a little bit out of sorts, but they have found their rhythm now. Excellent blocking along that offensive line on the left side. And Trey Levitt, just a smooth runner. You can see there, good center of gravity. Able to just kind of shift and roll with the ball. And the Stripes are in business on the move deep into Stars territory, trying to tack on their first points of the afternoon.
That 33-yard pass to Sebastian Terrace was really what got things rolling. Then you had the 17-yard run from Levitt. Now they're just outside the 20-yard line. Now you got to finish. Now you got to execute when you're this close to the red zone. You can't come up empty. You could have a 7-7 game here in the next couple of plays. As they switch in, Kyle Yeomans alongside Zach Wolchuk here for Game On Sports and USA Football. What a day it's been so far. We're not even halfway through our day here from the Ford Center. Absolutely a gorgeous facility. Not only the practice facility for the world-famous Dallas Cowboys, but also for high school football. Frisco ISD plays inside this building. Places like Liberty, Lone Star, Heritage. Some outstanding high school football programs call this gorgeous facility home. Today it's all about the youth. Pressing forward and getting tackled early in the carry there was Green. Matthew Connors was in there quickly out of Trail, Oregon.
Yeah, Green did what he could there, made the first defender miss. Connors was in the backfield as well. Nice penetration by that defensive line of the Stars, but still a solid run by Green to be able to just get that thing back to the line of scrimmage. Not a negative play.
That's one of the things that you see from running backs when you know you've got a good running back if they make at least a little bit out of something. Another great run here. First run from Elijah Tiger. Oklahoma native. Spins his way inside the 10-yard line. What a gain there.
It's a great name for a running back, Tiger.
Let him eat.
And he's got a nice build to him. You can tell he's tough to bring down. Strong runner.
Fresh set of downs. They're going to give it again to Green.
Look at
Now
that vision.
bounces to the outside, going for the pylon. He gets hit, but he's in. Green into the end zone, and the Stripes are on the board.
Well, they start with that heavy set backfield, 2 running backs on either side of the quarterback, and they give it to Green. He starts right, comes left. Great field vision to be able to see the opening, and he just beats the DB over to the corner of the end zone. Excellent drive by the Stripes to respond, and they are an extra point away from tying this baby up.
On for the extra point is Burns. His first opportunity, had a punt earlier. A line drive right through the uprights, and we're tied up at 7. An outstanding drive, like you said.
Credit that offensive line for the Stripes as well. They really did a nice job creating some running lanes, especially some cutback lanes. And that's what Green did there. He started over to one side, and he cut back, reversed field all the way to the left.
Just being able to bounce to the outside there, it's tougher than it looks. He was able to get in a foot race with Nick Brooks. Brooks was the one that laid the hit, but Green popped right back up. He knew he was in the end zone. There was nothing to doubt about it, but you talked about the drive and really the first scores of the game, one for both teams, have been on methodical long drives where the running game has set the tone offensively. And you look at this one, it was 7 plays. All but one of those plays were on the ground, and it ended up in 6. It took them 78 yards in just about 3 minutes and 41 seconds. Now here's the Stars back out on the field for their third opportunity on offense. Back into the game is Jackson Gilkey at quarterback. They hand it off up the middle and a 5-yard run to get things started as Marquez Williams is back in the ballgame.
And I do love both teams really making this run game a focus. Coming out, getting it going, and this offensive line play has truly been outstanding in moments from both teams. That opening drive from the Stars was truly just a beatdown, but the Stripes over on the other side, this pass drive, very solid as well. As Gilkey tries to get it going, running the football, there's a handoff to Green.
Yeah, they're going to give it again here to Williams, rather. Just close enough to the first down marker. They may give it to him. See where the spot is. It's right on the 30.
Yeah, it's right there. Yeah, I think they're going to.
It's Williams again, 2 straight 5-yard runs to get things started. I'll tell you one guy, we haven't said his name yet, but he's been all over the field. Branson Stovall out of Rockwall, Texas. He has been everywhere. Same thing with Marquez Lundy. He was there on the tackle that time out of Jacksonville, Florida. This one up the middle. Williams stood up quickly. Great play defensively from Dylan Coyle.
That was
Williams
a good tackle.
Stood him up.
Really nice play by Coyle. Williams coming in, lowering his shoulder. All these running backs that we've seen carry the football have been really tough runners, not shying away from contact, physical, trying to finish the play. That was a nice tackle in space.
7 minutes, 20 seconds left here in the first half, tied up at 7. Both offenses getting that running game going, and how about the defenses trying to make an adjustment here? Boyle with a great play to stuff a good running back. How about another running back? An embarrassment of riches at the tailback position. Allen Mitchell barrels his way to about an 8-yard gain. Just close to the 40-yard line. He's at the 38.
It's a refusal to go down from Mitchell there. It looked like he was going to be stopped after just a brief gain, but just keeping those legs churning, able to kind of force his way out of a tackle, pick up some extra yardage. Tough running.
These offensive lines have really been impressive. You can go down the line and mention each and every one of them because they've all been really good. Here's Mitchell again trying to get to the first down marker. Almost got that one stripped away. Devin Tiger was there on the tackle initially out of Oklahoma. 2 Tigers. Brothers playing against each other, I believe. Or are they on the same team? No, they're on the same team. Tiger was there, though. Makes the stop, and it forces a 3rd and short. About 2 yards to gain for the first down. be surprised here, Zach, if they gave it to Allen Mitchell again, right up the middle?
No, I mean, this running game's working very well, and this is less than a yard. I mean, this is potential even, a quarterback keeper. These option reads have been working very, very well so far for this Stars squad.
The play clock has not been running, and some of the
it's running now.
It is currently,
but they were delayed. Well, the officials did stop to convene.
To talk over it, yeah. Well, they're going to start in the shotgun, 4th and inches, trips receivers to the left.
Now the line judge, it's a timeout.
Running from that near sideline as the Stripes want to really talk this over. This could be a game-changing moment. You talk about momentum. With 5:48 left here in the second quarter, if the Stripes can make a stop here on 4th and, like you said, it's basically the tip of the football. Not a whole lot of room to work with in terms of trying to make a stop. If you can get in the backfield early and stuff a running back here, you not only have the momentum on your side, but you have great field position to start your next drive as well.
The 40-yard line is where the chains are set, and this one's at about the 39 and a half. So you believe in your offensive line, I'd line up right under center and quarterback sneak that thing. All you need is just to move the ball a little bit. Half yard, you should get it. But you've got, like you mentioned earlier, an embarrassment of riches at this running back position. Allen Mitchell has done a very good job running the football. Williams has come in, carried the ball well as well. Stone, you got plenty of guys that you can put in there. Looks like Mitchell's going to get the nod here. It'll be a shotgun. And they're kind of stacking it heavy along that right side. Behind Tusi, they call him the Hulk. Big 65, that right tackle.
Got an inch to go, and they're going to get it easy. Bouncing to the outside. He's taken down quickly by Thomas, but Mitchell, the ball carrier, gets it past the first down marker. I like the play call there. A lot of people in the building think, hey, he's going to go right up the middle. He's going to end up trying to force it inside, and just like that, they bounce it to the outside. They get a nice first down run on 4th and short. So fresh set of downs here for the Stars. I'll tell you what, Zach, you and I, big-time North Texas Mean Green fan. We had a comment here on the Facebook live stream. Caden Green, the left tackle, out there working really well as this one's just out of reach. Incomplete pass intended that time. Big number 88 and Brandon Burke. But we had somebody on the comment section say, hey, go Mean Green, and called them Mean Green.
Yeah.
I like that.
I like that, too.
We are the North Texas Mean Green.
North Texas Mean Green, alumni.
North Texas.
An up-and-coming football program.
I mean, we could talk about that all day.
We're not going to, though.
No, of course not.
We're focusing on the talent here in front of us.
Of course. So much talent there is.
Maybe some of them will end up on the North Texas Mean Green.
If we could get any of these individuals once they get to college, Mitchell continues to
barrel through.
Oh, man. How about
Carrying.
tack on 5 extra yards?
Yeah, 5 extra defenders. Just get on my back. Let's go for a ride. Excellent job again. Downhill run blocking by this offensive line. They're starting to feed off this energy. This O-line group, this core 5 right now, working in beautiful cohesion. And Mitchell, he's able to get initially to the second and third level, and you can tell his strength. I mean, his speed was something that was highlighted coming in, but he is a strong, bulldozing type runner, carrying defenders for extra yardage.
He's not a big guy, 5'8", 152 pounds out of Alwyn, Missouri. Not the biggest of tailbacks that you've ever seen, but he could pull a pile. Full threat. How about this arm? Over the top of the defense, and it's incomplete. Great coverage on the far side for big number 35. I believe that's Dalton Hurd. We have 2 35s on the roster. Both are on the defensive side.
I think that one was Joshua Robinson.
Okay.
The Little Elm product.
It was either Robinson or Hurd. We apologize, but whoever it was, the 35 on that far side, that was outstanding coverage because that was not a bad pass from Gutierrez, excuse me.
You see man-to-man out there, you take your shot deep, especially with how well this run game has been working on this drive. You try take your chance down the field. Now you come back second down and 10. I wouldn't be surprised if you dial up another read option. We've got a timeout.
with 4:10 left here in the first half. Still tied up at 7-7. The Stars in the midst of a 9-play drive. Play number 10 on the way, and it'll be a 2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass. 4:10 left. This is an exciting game. A lot of defense involved. Also, not to mention the run game has just been extremely impressive throughout. You see the scoreboard there on the top of your screen, but with that being said, you had the touchdown run earlier. A nice barreling touchdown from Carson Green, and then you also have a couple different the touchdown pass, from Storer to Mitchell.
Yep.
Mitchell now running the ball extremely well. After the timeout, Gutierrez back in the shotgun. Hands it to Mitchell again, not as big of a hole. Quickly getting in back behind the line of scrimmage. Here's Loudermilk there. Jackson Loudermilk out of Gardensville, Texas. Loudermilk able to get in the backfield. Linebacker coming in.
Yeah, just a good job with pad level, getting low underneath the offensive linemen. And you gotta love those socks. I'm liking the red, white, and blue stars and stripes.
I mean, that's the game we're calling on.
Yeah.
Stars in the blue, the stripes in the white. Stars with a 3rd and long. It's only their 2nd 3rd down they've faced here on this drive. Right across the middle, had a guy. Intended that time. Across the middle for the receiver, but it just goes off the tip of his fingers.
Going for Deshaun Oliver there, and Oliver, a player that came in noted as just a sure-handed wide receiver, runs good routes. He's able to make the tough catch, not afraid of contact. That ball was thrown in a tough area, and there's a flag. It looks like that's going to be a holding call.
Looks like so they'll back him up. Incomplete pass negated. It tacks on 10 extra yards that the Stars would have to go in order to get a first down, but it does give them a 3rd down chance again. This time it's 3rd and about 19 from right at midfield. Some of the crowd getting into it. The defense on the near side. Good crowd on hand. Got some on the far side of your screen and then some underneath us here at the Ford Center. Gutierrez, shotgun. New tailback in with Stone. He's looking for it all. Sends it up for his receiver, and it's knocked away. Great play defensively. The far side. I believe that one might have been Robinson. It was Hurd, actually, that broke up the pass there.
Well, the secondary's been outstanding here early for the Stripes. Throwing it up, just trying to give your receiver a chance, but really tight coverage. Nice job to get up, elevate, break that one up with that outstretched hand.
So the punt here from Robert Gunn. Great defense, and they're going to go ahead and boot this one away. Good kick, spiraling to about the 16-yard line. Overall, with 3 minutes left, it's been back and forth. Neither team really kind of having an edge. However, this is that starting group from the Stars that's going to be back on offense, led by a couple different individuals, or from the Stripes, I should say. I believe Jake Strong should be back out playing quarterback. No, it's going to be Jaden Platt out of Edmond, Oklahoma. We have seen Platt already. See what he can do with 3 minutes left till halftime. He's got 3 receivers to his left, 1 to the far side of the screen, and a tailback, Levitt to his right. Oh, that one
just a
botched on the
handoff.
handoff, and luckily, Platt was able to just hop on top of that and avoid what could have been a disastrous
Very
turnover.
alert play. Just to be able to fall on that football, just kind of mishandle the exchange there. And still with 3 minutes to go, the run game worked so well on that previous drive. You don't have to get away from it. You still have plenty of time to work with.
Completion, far side, still barreling, close to the numbers and past the first down marker. The tight end.
Jamar Morris from San Jose, California.
A lot of California.
Yeah, California well represented here in this one.
Good reason. You can see the talent they have as this one's snuffed out in the background by Matthew Connors.
That's a nice tackle by Connors, able to get over there and just throw back the ball carrier. Shed his block initially right away. Read it well. Now some changing in and out, shuffling on the offensive lineup, and we're going to have a timeout here. I don't think everybody got on and off cleanly.
So and that 11-yard pass to Morris, and Stripes do want to talk things over. 1:57 left here in the first half. Low-scoring game compared to the one we had earlier.
It's been a nice tempo, though. I mean, it's been a quick half.
Yep.
Not a whole lot of stoppages. Both teams taking their timeouts here and there. But overall, good pace. I think the run game from both teams has been stout. Both defensive lines have had their moments. I think the secondary for the Stripes team has really showcased their athletic ability on the back end. It's going to be tough sledding for the Stars if they want to throw the football down the field. It's really been the run game, though, I think, for both teams. It's been the bread and butter here in this opening half.
This is what you want to see in terms of different individual teams. You look at trying to match up as much as possible the rosters. Throughout the week, of course, these athletes have been practicing, they've been staying, they've been eating their meals at UTA, University of Texas at Arlington, a beautiful campus there for the Mavericks. And they've been over in Arlington all week. They did now come to Frisco for the culmination of a hard work week and a lot of practice in the summer heat. One of the hottest summer weeks ever recorded in Texas. I know the other day, the Texas Rangers, the baseball organization in Arlington, had their hottest game ever held at Globe Life Park, which is unbelievable to think about. Texas summers are hot. What do you think about some of these individuals from Alaska, from Hawaii, from Utah, from California, from Oregon? They don't have to deal with that on a normal basis. Well, they've gotten through it, and now you get to play a game finally. And how about this jump pass? It's dropped. Trying to get Jamar Morris on the far sideline.
Well, excellent job by Joshua Santos again. Being a difference maker off the edge, blazing speed. Disrupts that play from the beginning, trying to make something out of it, just get it out into that sideline flat area. Unable to connect, now to be a fourth down situation, probably punting time here for the Stripes.
And so another timeout called. Each team has one timeout left, this time with 1:17 left. Let's go through some of the comments on this Facebook page. Keep it up, number 59, Stars. Look at my roster. That's Chance Jackson out of the Woodlands, Texas. Woodlands Highlanders. Got Go Jaden Pritchett, wide receiver out of Hollister, California. And Beeman was the one that was saying go to Jaden. A couple of Go Jadens. I've seen that number 23 plastered all over the Facebook comments throughout.
Jaden Pritchett, the 5'6" wide receiver from Hollister, California.
Yeah.
Getting some love.
Lots of great comments so far. A lot of encouraging comments, and that's what you want to see. These are some of the best athletes in the country. You got to also remember they're still in middle school. They're having some fun. Just an experience of a lifetime.
And you can tell both these squads. I mean, we've seen a lot of dancing in between plays. You know, the players out there just being loose, enjoying the environment. It's not every day you get to play here at the Ford Center.
It's like another timeout called, this time by the Stars. That'll be their final timeout of the first half. Got to go Williams, number 13, Marcus Williams out of Dallas. Some Alaska love. Got that Alaska love for Malaki Suksi. How'd you say that earlier? You said it right.
Did I?
Suksi.
I think that's what I went, Suksi.
I don't know why that just doesn't roll off the tongue very much, but from Alaska.
I love the growth that we've seen of really just football in general in Alaska. I know the NFL Network did a series featuring one of the high schools there. It's pretty neat to think about.
You look at how many studs come out of that area, and there are a couple Alaska natives on this team. You've got Suski, as well as, I believe I saw another Alaska name when I was doing my prep work. It might have been in the later game. Definitely some Alaska, some Hawaii. And the punt here from Burns, kind of awkwardly off the foot, but it'll be reeled in at the 44-yard line. So the Stars will have about a minute and 9 seconds to find some rhythm and to punch it into the end zone from just over 50 yards, 55 yards away. Look at a drive summary from the Stars throughout the game so far. Started things off with that touchdown drive with 6 minutes and 43 seconds. There's 11 plays, most of them on the ground, and then the long touchdown pass from 20 yards out from Storer to Mitchell. Storer back in the ballgame. That's the guy you want running the offense. If you need a 1-minute drill and a quick completion far side to Andrew Alexander for a quick gain of 8. And about 7. He stepped down at the 48-yard line. 7-yard gain on first down. Stepped out of bounds to stop the clock as well with 1:04 left in the second quarter. And they're going to go for it all here. Over the top, Alexander. No. He couldn't grab it.
Oh,
Popped
man.
out of his hand. I thought he might have had it. I didn't see it leak out from behind.
How about Brennan Storr just staring down the barrel, take a walloping hit, ends up straight on his back, delivers a strike down the field, and gets up, runs down there, tries to see if it's caught, thinks it is. Just unable to hold on, but that is some toughness and leadership there from your quarterback.
What a great play in coverage. And we've called his name a couple times, but Action Payne of Olympia, Washington. My goodness, he has been on fire. They're going to do it again. Over the middle. That one almost picked off.
A little bit of a bump, but again, good coverage. Man, these receivers are being put to work. This secondary of the Stripe squad, they're playing physical. They're out there on an island. It's man-to-man. You can tell the coaching staff very confident in this team's secondary.
Devin Tiger was the one that almost picked that off, and I think if Alexander wouldn't have given a little shove to Tiger just before that ball came rifling in, it may have been picked off. Good defense on offense there from Andrew Alexander, but the Tiger boys continue to make an impact early in this football game. 51 seconds left, and it's going to be a 4th and 3. Storer back to pass. Thought about it, brought it back down, and he's going to be sacked in the backfield once again. The Stripes making it happen. I believe it was Sky Moon or Steven Johnson, one of the two. I can't see the number clearly.
I think it was Steven Johnson.
It is Johnson. It's officially Johnson.
Big Steven Johnson, the 5'11", 230-pound player from Fayetteville, Georgia.
Wow.
Nice play because you could tell Storer was going to look upfield, tried to run, actually ended up running into his tackle, kind of bumped him backwards, but just good hustle play there from Steven Johnson. Able to grab a hold of the elusive Storer, bring him down. Big play on 4th down, and now with 44 seconds in plus territory, the Stripes have a chance to take the lead before the half.
They started on the 48. They've got to go 48 yards in 44 seconds. Try and take an early lead into the halftime break. Here's Strong rolling out to the right. He's got some trouble.
Oh, that could be a flag.
The flag's going to come in, yep.
Clearly out of bounds, and then he's wrapped up well towards the bench there of that Stars sideline. So that's going to be an easy 15 to put these Stripes in even better field position.
Anthony Hill was one of the two individuals. There are a couple Navy jerseys over there, but Hill was the one that slung him out of bounds. Not a bad hit if he wasn't already going out of the sideline. Tough play. But it is going to be Jake Strong pushing forward for 15 yards. Now they're on the 34-yard line, and a timeout called from the officials. Neither team has a timeout left. Keep that in mind. Here with 38 seconds left, so the officials having some issues setting the football. I don't know if they paced it out the right way or not. The line judges kind of having to come over and talk things over with the crew chief.
Well, these receivers are set and ready to go.
Not surprising. They're ready to make a play.
It's a great opportunity here for the Stripes, and Jake Strong as well. Very accurate passer, has a very strong arm. Played in that International Bowl this past January, went 9 of 10 passing in that game.
Here's Strong. Stepping up, firing, and he might have overthrown him. He does. That one lands a couple yards out of reach. I believe Connor Combs is the intended target. It is Combs out of Allen, Texas. Another Allen Eagle product. Strong out of Justin, Texas. North of Fort Worth. Up near our neck of the woods in Denton. There's this one far side. That one just out of reach. Looking for the tight end that time. Couldn't reel it in. It'll be 3rd and 10. 30 seconds left. These quick hits, quick throws, but incomplete passes keep that clock stopped.
There's been a lot of good pressure by the defensive front so far of the Stars team in this drive alone. Making it quick, tough for Strong. He's having to get the ball out of his hands. And big 3rd down and 10.
4 receivers. Got that one tailback. Thought about the throw. Pulls it back down. Now he's going to have to roll out. Throws it to the sideline out of reach. Looking for Jamar Morris.
Pressure again from Santos. Forces Strong out of the pocket. Rolling to his right. Eyes downfield. Nice job by Strong to try and extend the play. Just nobody open. The coverage tight.
Grimes on the attack. They've got a 4th and 10 set in front of them, though. 24 seconds left. Only 20 seconds into this drive, taking off the clock. See what Jake Strong can do. 3-step drop, looking deep, overthrown, almost picked off, and it's probably better that it wasn't.
Well, that looked like a miscommunication there between Strong and the intended receiver, Bruce Mitchell from Plano, Texas, just up the road here from the Ford Center. Mitchell, a big target, 5'11", 155, and he ran a shorter route. Strong thought he was going deep down the field. Like you said, incomplete, dangerous throw, almost intercepted. With 18 seconds left, you take your chance down the field. Still deadlocked at 7, and Storer's going to come back out here. I'm interested to see how aggressive the Stars offense wants to be. No timeouts left.
This might be a case of who has the strongest arm on this sideline. Let's figure it out. Running a seam. Storer running out, stays behind the line of scrimmage, lets one fly, and it's dropped at the 30-yard line.
My goodness, I'll tell you what, though, you can see why this young man
oh my goodness,
might be rated
throw.
The top dual-threat quarterback in the country for his age group. Because he rolls out, and not only was the throw a long, deep one that gave his receiver an opportunity to make the catch, but his ability to square up those shoulders, man.
Well, not even that, but he had 2 white jerseys barely down on him. The pressure was there. He was flushed out of the pocket already. And it looks like there was going to be a penalty on that play. It sets up 1st down. Nonetheless, the clock, there was an illegal formation called. So even if it was caught, it would have been a negated play. What a showcase, though. My goodness. Storer's got a cannon. He's got 3 receivers to his right. Hands this one off, far side. Defense in the backfield quickly taken down. Whistles blow. Clock runs out. And after an extremely entertaining first half of action, we are deadlocked at 7 apiece. The defense is dominant so far, but the offense is showing flashy skill so far. My goodness, this has been fun to watch.
Well, USA Football did an excellent job of putting these 2 squads together. Very evenly matched game. We've seen both offensive lines have their moment. On the counter, the defensive lines have put in a lot of pressure, especially late in this 4th quarter. Started to really make it challenging for both quarterbacks, having to scramble around, extend plays, trying to find receivers downfield. The coverage has been very good. I think that's really the thing we need to see in the second half is some of these receivers step up, rise to the occasion, and make some plays down the field. They've struggled to get open. The coverage has been very, very tight. When they've had their opportunities in one-on-one, so far the DBs have been winning those battles.
So the Stripes will get the football to start off the 3rd quarter of action. 1 touchdown, the touchdown pass from Storer to Mitchell. made it 7-0 in favor of the Stars, and then a touchdown run from Green. And Carson Green out of San Antonio, Texas, tied it up at 7, and that's where we stand. After that, it was a defensive standstill. 7-7 our score, and we're going to take a break ourselves. We'll be back in just about 7 minutes to get you set for the third quarter of action here from Ford Center at the Star in Frisco, Texas. This has been USA Football in the Middle School Bowl Game Series presented by Game On Sports.
We see the leaves turn and know it's time. A rite of passage with the field as a classroom and hash marks as guidelines. We see teammates becoming friends, friends becoming brothers. We see moms and dads standing taller as their kids dig deeper. We hear laughter and lectures, pads popping, praises sung through a face mask, echoing over proving grounds, where character grows stronger and lessons last a lifetime. But we also feel the power of teamwork and the magic of mutual goals. We feel the emotions of triumph and loss, the development and growth of team. And that's why we do what we must to certify coaches are trained, to verify safety measures are taken, testify about the values of the game, to strive relentlessly to satisfy every player and coach's desire to be better. We are caretakers of playing fields that yield enriched lives, teachers and protectors of an American tradition. It is a responsibility we all take seriously, a challenge we all must embrace. Because we are forever football.
So you love your game? So does he. You say ain't nobody gonna work harder? He said the same thing. You get an hour of training in before the sun even comes up, plenty of early risers out there. You got the gear, they got the gear. You got a secret weapon, this dude doesn't need one. See, this isn't just a game of inches, this is a game of ounces. And the next ounce you give might just be the one the other guy doesn't. Gatorade, rehydrate, replenish, and refuel.
For this man, it goes beyond the X's and O's, beyond the wins and the losses, beyond the practices and Friday night lights. For this man, it's legacy he leaves in the heart of his players. He is a teacher, a mentor, a role model, a friend. He is the reassuring hand on the shoulder, the positive push when faced with adversity. He is the encouraging voice where there is doubt. He is more than a coach. He is the inspiration. Let's celebrate your coach. Nominate yours today at usafootball.com/thankscoach.
Let's go to life. That's what chance is fair. That's what chance is fair. Chance to equal our strides. Chance to equal our strides. Chance to do or dare. Chance to do or dare. We should win. We should win. Lead by the code. Lead by the code. Faith in our held high. Faith in our held high. We should lose. We should lose. Stand by the road. Stand by the road. Cheers, winners go by. Cheers, winners go by. Day by day. Day by day. We get better and better. We get better and better. So we can't be beat. So we can't be beat. Won't be beat. Won't be beat. God family football. Remember I love you. USA on 3. 1, 2, 3. USA.
We see the leaves turn and know it's time. A rite of passage with the field as a classroom and hash marks as guidelines. We see teammates becoming friends, friends becoming brothers. We see moms and dads standing taller as their kids dig deeper. We hear laughter and lectures, pads popping, praises sung through a face mask, echoing over proving grounds, where character grows stronger and lessons last a lifetime. But we also feel the power of teamwork and the magic of mutual goals. We feel the emotions of triumph and loss, the development and growth of team. And that's why we do what we must. To certify coaches are trained. To verify safety measures are taken. Testify about the values of the game. To strive relentlessly to satisfy every player and coach's desire to be better. We are caretakers of playing fields that yield enriched lives, teachers and protectors of an American tradition. It is a responsibility we all take seriously, a challenge we all must embrace. Because we are forever football.
7-7 our score here from Ford Center at the Star in Frisco, Texas. It's the U.S. national team middle school bowl game series, and it's 7-7 between the Stars and the Stripes at the U14 level. Kyle Yeomans alongside Zach Wolchuk. And Zach, that first half, it was about the quarterbacks slinging it, really.
Yeah, no
Some
joke.
impressive quarterbacks. But other than that, you really got to look at the defense and how successful they were able to be keeping this a 7-7 ball game.
A lot of pressure. I think both quarterbacks had to show off their scrambling ability, but I think it was the running game that really set the tone on both touchdown drives when both teams were able to run the football successfully. Give the offensive line a lot of credit, especially for that Stars team on that opening drive. I think that's what you need to get back to, because the receiving cores on both teams struggling a little bit against some really, really talented secondaries.
Yeah, that secondary's definitely shined as well. The defensive line getting some pressure, forcing some quarterbacks out of the pocket, and we've seen a lot of scrambles and really just that ground and pound run game, trying to figure some things out. We're going to take a very quick break. When we come back, it's time to play some football again. 7-7 Stars Stripes at the U14 level right here on Game On Sports.
So you love your game? So does he. You say ain't nobody going to work harder? He said the same thing. You get an hour of training in before the sun even comes up, plenty of early risers out there. You got the gear, they got the gear. You got a secret weapon? This dude doesn't need one. See, this isn't just a game of inches. This is a game of ounces. And the next ounce you give might just be the one the other guy doesn't. Gatorade. Rehydrate, replenish, and refuel.
An outstanding facility here for the Dallas Cowboys headquarters. We're at the Ford Center at the Star in Frisco, north of the DFW area here in Texas, North Texas. And today the youth of American football on display. It's the U14 Stars and U14 Stripes. You look at the Stars there. They got off to a quick start.
Their first touchdown drive came on their first drive, where they went just over 6 minutes and 80 yards on 11 plays with a touchdown pass from 20 yards. Outstorer to Mitchell, but other than that, they've been shut down. 2 punts, a turnover on downs, and then the end of the half for the Stars. And then on the other side, the white team in the U14 Stripes, they started off with a punt, then had a long touchdown drive of their own at 78 yards, and then a long touchdown run 8 yards into the end zone for Carson Green out of San Antonio, Texas. You see him in the middle of your screen, number 33 in white. He was the one that was able to punch it into the end zone. And that's the scoring summary as we get set for the third quarter. Now Yeoman's alongside Zach Wolchuk. Zach, what do you want to see here in the second half? We saw some secondary make plays. Defensive line, offensive line. The trench battle is unbelievable right now. Some quarterbacks who have probably the strongest arms in the country at the middle school level. Some running backs getting their way going, but what in this second half is the key for one of these teams to try and get some separation?
Well, getting back to the running game, I think, is going to be key for both squads, but really, who's going to be able to make the plays down the field in the receiving game? We've really yet to see a receiver in this game emerge as the guy that can really set the tone for this team on either side.
It's going to start off with Bryce Fushik at the quarterback position here for the Stripes. Starting at the 20-yard line as we get ready. And we get underway. Quickly a handoff to Green. Green pushing the pile forward, shedding a tackle or two for about an 8-yard gain. There you go. There's that running. Getting back underway, an 8-yard gain on first down, and it's going to be second and short here for the Stripes early in this drive.
You run to set up the pass, and Green has been running with a lot of physicality behind his pads. It's been a beauty to watch. Good tackle there from DeAndre Carter, one of the stars on this defensive line.
6'4", 265 pounds. Remember, this is an 8th grader. Green runs for about 3 yards before he's taken down by Jackson Forte. Gets the first down and moves the chains here for the Stripes. 3-yard gain.
You know, with these runs, it's just all about staying ahead of the chains, right? Down in distance. You don't want to put yourself in a 3rd and 15, a 3rd and 10 scenario. You're in a 2nd and manageable.
Green caught behind the line of scrimmage, and somehow he emerges from the pile. I don't know how he popped out of there. Peace was able to drag him down. You see Peace there in the middle of your screen. I don't know how Green popped out of that.
He has been an outstanding cutback runner. Green so far today. His touchdown earlier, it came in a similar fashion. That one jumbled up on one side, cuts back to the other.
Good lead block that time, trying to set up some open running room. That time it's Trey Levitt. We haven't seen a lot of Levitt so far. Had some carries early in that first half. Mostly been Carson Green, Elijah Tiger also in that backfield for the Stripes. Tiger's been mostly a lead blocker. He's been very strong as well out of Oklahoma. He's had a couple carries. Sets up a 3rd and 5. Oh, watch out. Blind side taken down, Joshua Santos.
He has probably been the defensive player of this game so far. Joshua Santos has a knack for timing that right off the edge. Comes just about untouched. Like you said, that blind side, I don't think he was ever seen. Huge tackle for a loss. Now it's 4th down and long, and you're going to have to punt it.
Clock continues to run. Here with 7:30 left. Here's Thomas Burns, the San Antonio native. Comes out to boot this one away on 4th down. So 3 and out. Actually, not a 3 and out. Got that one first down, but other than that, the sack spells doom for the Stripes. Initial drive here in the second half. We'll see what the Stars have in store. Yeah, Santos coming in. That one did not look pretty. You had Fushik, the quarterback, just kind of looking the other way. Didn't even see him coming. Made no attempt, and Santos came right in there and just kind of laid down the wood for the sack. 7-7 the score. We're with 7:17 left in the third quarter. Lots of ball left to be played. We are officially halfway through the middle school bowl game series here in Frisco. We've got one more game left, and it's the I
guess the
U15 Stars and Stripes.
U15, I was trying to think of the word, the main event, maybe. I mean, everything's the main event, so maybe that's not the right wording, but the U15 ball clubs will take at it. Those are the individuals going into the high school level. Another run right up the middle, about a 4-yard gain for Allen Mitchell. And the clock did not start. Not sure why.
Clock's still not running. Now they're going to finally get it started.
Yeah, not sure exactly what happened there. Isaiah Smith was there for the tackle. Clock running. Got Victor Jesus Gutierrez at quarterback. 2nd and 6 on the way.
How about that huddle? The offensive line is up near the ball, and it was just skill players that huddled and broke there.
And do your job. Got to block no matter what.
Look at that.
Gutierrez, QB draw right up the middle. Took the snap, waited a couple seconds, and then whoop, right up the middle. There he went for a first down run.
And you can tell Gutierrez has some wheels on him. I think that's probably the strength right now in his game. Certainly has the arm strength. The accuracy is something that he needs to work on as he gets older and older into the upper levels. But, man, he is a slippery runner.
Aiden Fortenberry was the one on the tackle. 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line. Drive started on their own 48. Here's the run again. Far side, bouncing to the numbers, trying to barrel his way forward. Another good run from Allen Mitchell. He's been the workhorse throughout much of this game, now into the 3rd quarter out of Baldwin, Missouri. And Mitchell, once again, another great run on first down, sets up a 2nd and manageable for sure.
Well, you can tell why on our notes it says at the Kansas City Regional Camp he was embarrassing the high school kids out there.
Wow.
Anthony Mitchell, he's got a unique combination of speed and strength. His ability to pop it on the edge but then lower his shoulder to finish runs is impressive.
He's going to barrel away once again close to the first down marker. I think they're going to mark it right at that 31-yard line, and it is good enough to move the chains. Another first down run for Allen Mitchell. He hasn't broken one yet. He did catch the 20-yard touchdown pass off of a little wheel route out of the backfield, but other than that, Mitchell, it's basically just been nitty-gritty run. Right after the other, setting himself up for success in order to try and find his way farther down the field into those first down markers. New tailback in, though, with Marcus Williams out of Dallas, Texas. He's to the right side. Gutierrez, 3 receivers to his left. They get started. It's that same wheel route, and it's dropped. Tough play for Williams as that throw from Gutierrez just off his back shoulder. He would have had to turn around and maybe spun to try and make that grab. There was also Loudermilk in the area in coverage.
Yeah, he had to get that ball out quick. And he ended up getting it on his receiver, just unable to make the play. But overall, a solid drive here, given great field position to start for the Stars. But now 2nd down and 10, ball on that 31-yard line, 4:52 to play. And a tie game. This is a big drive.
It's the first pass attempted by either team here in the second half. This one handed up right at the middle. Big hole from that offensive line, diving for the first down marker. He won't get there. He's about a yard short, but another great run there from Williams. Both of these running backs for the Stars showing out. A 9-yard scamper that time for Williams. Carpenter was on the tackle.
Excellent job by that O-line, like you said. Chance Jackson inside from the Woodlands. Marcus Jefferson Jr. from Beaumont, Texas. Both doing an excellent job to just spring that middle wide open.
3rd and 1 on the 7th play of the drive here for the Stars. First down would almost certainly get them into the red zone. 3 receivers. You got that offset tight end in the backfield as well, and Brandon Burke. Going to fake the handoff. No, they do give it. Straight up the middle, his knee touched the ground, and it's a loss. Great play in the backfield. Cameron Davenport got in the backfield quickly, wrapped up a tough tailback to tackle in Williams. And it sets up a 4th down.
Man, this battle at the line of scrimmage, you're just trading blows like a heavyweight fight. The offensive line will win this down. Here comes the defensive line. I'm going to take this one back. And you can just tell by the jerseys how they're just pushed up, scrunched up, ripped, torn. I mean, it is a battle inside.
Neither line, really, offensively or defensively, both teams have not had really any kind of advantage. Gutierrez, 4th and 2, I should say, timeout called. And they're going to try and talk things over. 3:28 left in the 3rd quarter. Like you said, it's a very important drive coming down to the wire. As you look at really the way that things have set up situationally, neither team has had any kind of success on offense since early in that 1st quarter. And then really since then it's been all defense.
But again, I mean, it's been all run game here.
Yeah.
The running game is really what's got the Stars in this position to be just outside of the red zone at that 23-yard line, 4th down and 2. And I would expect another run dialed up. And it would not surprise me in the least bit if it's Allen Mitchell, the ball carrier out there that's given the responsibility. Although, I mean, we've seen a variety of runners quite capable, whether it's been Mitchell or Marcus Williams.
Williams is the one that's out there now. He's to the right side. 2 receivers to the left for Gutierrez. He does have Burke in at tight end onto the right side, offset.
Looks like man coverage on both wide receivers on the outsides.
Kissinger not out of Houston, Texas, at the top side of your screen. Handoff. Williams punches it through the middle. 1st down. Stars will move the chains.
They made it look easy right off that right side. And that offensive line's feeling it, man. They're giving each other some love. Attaboy, good blocking. Just ran right behind Philip Gallegos from Von Orme, Texas, the big 6'4", 245-pounder.
Yeah, that one was set up by that O-line. They got a great push. That's something that's tough to do. We talked about it in the 1st game. Those definite offensive line struggles tend to work out. And this time, the defensive line is going to get in the backfield. 7-7 our score here with 2:45 left in the 3rd quarter.
It's a great play by Tyler Stone, the defensive end. Got blocked initially on that side, saw Gutierrez take off, then peeled back, was able to get off of his block to come back and make the tackle, or else Gutierrez might have been able to pick up a 1st down on that play by cutting that back inside.
Tell you what, though, Salem Goldsmith on the left side of the line playing at left tackle right now. He was able to shift over, and he had a death grip on his man really back behind the line of scrimmage. It opened up what could have been a couple more yards for Gutierrez, but the nice play defensively. Here's another handoff to Williams. He skips forward to about the 14-yard line before he's taken down.
Tackle made by number 56, Boone.
Now Goldsmith's just had a steady game. That was the play there. He cuts inside, a little bit of a switching pull along the interior of that offensive line.
Sky Moon on the tackle there. 3rd and 4. They got to get to the 10-yard line. 7-7. Here with 1:40 and counting left here in the 3rd quarter. The fact that the run games have been so successful really bodes well for the clock to continue to run here. And a timeout called. Did I just jinx it there, Zach? Talking about the clock running and then somebody calls a timeout?
I don't know, but if anything, they were just making up some difference from earlier in the quarter when the clock didn't run. We've had a little bit of issues with the clock, but hey, you know, it's all fun. So 1:19 now on a frozen clock, tied all at 7. Very impressive drive here brewing, though, for this Stars bunch. And again, it's been predicated off the run game. But I wonder here if you'll see a play action over the top. You're kind of in that area of the field at that 14-yard line. If you want to slip a tight end or receiver kind of over the middle of the field, you get the defense cheating up a little bit. If they bite on the play action, you can go ahead and fill it in that gap with a receiver to score an easy touchdown.
I think that's what you kind of have to look for with Brandon Burton. He's been in that offset tight end look right back behind the line of scrimmage for the last couple plays during this 10-play drive. And, hey, if he does roll out, you never know. Now you got a tailback back there, Jamari Stone. He's the one that's actually the offset tight end look. Allen Mitchell back in the ball game and 3 receivers wide here for Gutierrez. 3rd and 4 from the 14. Got to get to the 10. He's rolling out. Pressure back behind. Escapes the pocket. Makes a move and gets to the first down marker and pushes forward to the 6-yard line. First down and more. Gutierrez making some moves to get the first.
That little shake and bake. I mean, literally stonewalls the defender, leaves him without his shoes there, gets around. Looks like he's not going to get anything as that play was extended to the edge, able to cut back in. Not only does he get the first down, but he bulldozes forward to finish the run. What a play by Gutierrez.
That might be a play we come back and look at later as a game-changing play on 3rd down. Now it's 1st and goal. They're going to hand it to Stone. Stone breaks free and dives in. Touchdown, Stars.
Physical, tough running. And that drive behind the back of the offensive line of this Stars bunch, give them a lot of credit. They created a lot of running room, and I know no matter who the ball carrier was, man, they're running hard. They've got a lot of speed, some tremendous vision. That was a great touchdown run by Stone to bounce that to the edge, but that offensive line paved the way. Just road graders out there. What a drive for the Stars.
That was an unbelievable drive to get going. Their longest drive of the day, and it ends up in 7. Extra point good there from Robert Gunn. He's now 2 for 2 on the afternoon, and with 49 seconds left, wow, the Stripes, they've got to answer here because the Stars really got it going. They started that drive with 7:17 left on the clock. In the 3rd quarter, they'd run off almost 6.5 full minutes of clock on a 12-play drive that went 52 yards for the score. It's just methodical.
That's what a good team does, man. That's a championship-type drive right there. A tie football game in the 3rd quarter. Everything's hanging out there in the balance. You got to go out there and seize the moment. 7 minutes off the clock. And this Stripes offense has had a lot of time to ponder things over on the sidelines. Let's see what they want to do.
49 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, 14-7. Now in favor of the Stars. And how about a great run initially from the Oklahoma native, Elijah Tiger, eating up some yards on 1st down. Gets to about the 28-yard line, a gain of 8 on the play before he was caught by Derek Aguirre.
No nonsense running right there, just found his hole, took it right up the field, weaved his way over to the right side. They're going to try it again. It might have been the exact same play.
Again. Goodness, he is a wide set running back.
He is a bowling ball, man. That is a bruiser right there. That is a tough back to bring down.
Outstanding couple of runs to start things off. 2 of more than 7 yards. In at quarterback, by the way, is Jaden Platt.
Trey Levitt now checks in at running back, more of a taller, leaner back.
Long wind up, the throw complete across the middle. Not for a lot of yardage, but that one taken down. Big hit there by Anthony Hill out of Euless, Texas, as it was complete across the middle to Peyton Woodyard.
I like that, though. Get it over to Woodyard, who's another big playmaker for this offensive squad for the Stripes. Like we've said, they've just struggled to get the ball in the hands of their wide receivers. Just a simple crossing pattern there. Get Woodyard on the move, high percentage throw, able to complete it. And it wasn't for a lot of yardage. We could pick up 2. And it's really just about building confidence for your quarterback. You know your running game's working, but what can you do to try and open up that passing game?
That's the biggest thing, is the running game has been working. The passing game, it hasn't not been working, but it's just not been gone to a whole lot because the running game has been so successful throughout the first 3 quarters. But we are through 3. Into the final frame we go. Stars 14, Stripes 7. The Stripes do have the ball and a couple first downs
on their belt to try and get things started here in the last quarter of action. Glad to be with you here from Frisco, Texas, in the Dallas Cowboys headquarters. Ford Center at the Star is where we are for this USA Football National Team Middle School Bowl Game Series. We had the Bowl Game Series Day 1 in Canton, Ohio, hosted by the Pro Football Hall of Fame, the Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. This one by the Cowboys at a gorgeous indoor facility here at the Star. And it has definitely lived up to the hype. We've got a one-possession game heading into the final quarter. 10 minutes left up on the clock. Kyle Yeomans alongside Zach Wolchuk here for Game on Sports. Handoff, and that one quickly snuffed out. Nowhere for Levitt to go as Caleb Shelton, Fresno, California native, comes in and lays down the wood.
You got an overhaul here of personnel along the offensive 3rd down and 8 scenario. This is definitely, you would assume, a passing situation.
Hey, the run's been going, though. You never know. Green in at running back. Instead, rolling out Platt, laying down a shoulder, and an extra yard, but he is going to be taken down. Good play there from Brock Lyle as Platt takes it himself. Right around the 42-yard line is where they're going to spot this.
Anthony Hill came on the blitz there, number 26, the linebacker from Euless, forcing that play to go outside. Now it's a 4th down and 4 offense staying out there. This is a big down. Under 9 to play, 14-7 game.
Where the coaching staff really pulls out the big guns in the playbook. Maybe just trying to get them to draw them off sides here. 8:45 left in the game, 14-7. Stars in the white, trailing, or the Stripes, excuse me, in the white, trailing the Stars in the blue. That one completed for a 1st down. Big hit, but he's past the marker. And a huge throw there from Platt, put on the money with a defender right in the middle. Nick Brooks was there with a completion to Green, moves the chains.
Jamar Morris, again, great route, just a quick little out, and it was open immediately. It took a moment, but eventually Platt able to find him out there in the flat, picks up the 1st down. That is a big-time down. A team that struggled to throw the football, they get a big completion there.
Morris had a defender right on top of him, was still able to hold
on.
This
Fumble!
ball hits the floor, and it's picked up.
DeAndre Carter.
Stars.
DeAndre Carter's on it.
Carter hops on top of it. You can see the excitement from big number 99 in the Navy. And the Stars get it back. The Stripes devastated.
What a turn of momentum there. You get the 4th down conversion, you come back, you're trying to pick up the tempo a little bit, and on the first play, you muff the snap. And now you give it back over to the Stars in prime time field position at the 42-yard line of the Stripes with 8:10 to go, holding a 7-point lead.
Back in the ball game. Just look at this wide receiver sweep. Had some room. Good tackle in open field. As that one by Marcus Landry, excuse me.
Trying to get the ball in the hands of Oliver. Right there on that little wide receiver reverse. Able to get the corner. Picks up a big chunk on 1st down. Ball at the 32. Stars are on the move.
Got the quarterback in there, Jackson Gilkey. Saw him earlier in the ball game. He's going to take it himself this time. Room up the middle. Good offensive line block. Gilkey absorbs the hit, rolls off, and that one should move the chains as well. Devin Tiger was there on the tackle.
And that was a quarterback keeper all the way. No hesitation, just taking it off that left side. Another big chunk. Right now, this run game gashing the Stripes defense.
You got to think about how long the Stripes were out on defense last time against the Stars. Stars took that 14-7 lead that they hold right now on a 12-play drive. Just about 5 minutes ago on the game clock. This one outside. Mitchell breaks back in, makes a move, and he'll score.
Take a bow. Wow, Alan Mitchell. And that's what you don't want to see that. If you're the Stripes defense, man, all of a sudden You're getting beaten and clobbered right up the middle. Here comes a little jolt to speed, a little salt and pepper off that left side, and to stay in bounds. Just tiptoe the sideline, cut inside the pylon into the end zone. What a run from Alan Mitchell, who has made the most of every opportunity he has been given so far this afternoon.
He's making a strong case for MVP. 2 touchdowns, 1 receiving, 1 rushing. That one from 22 yards out. And the extra point is a line drive right down the middle. The hold was good from Brennan Storer. And
how about that?
Wow.
You have a 7-minute offensive drive. You come back, you force a turnover, and you immediately go, what was it, 4 plays? Three plays off the turnover into the end zone. Just like that, a game that was tied at 7 moments ago. Now a 2-touchdown lead at 21-7 for the Stars with 7:04 to play.
You got to give a lot of credit where credit is due. That offensive line for the Stars has been golden. Talked about Caden Green earlier. Salem Goldsmith working it. Philip Gallegos as well. Riley Hinchy, Tapula Tusi Jr. out of Washington. Anderson as well. Jackson. That whole offensive line, whoever they've rotated in there, they have been great. That's a big reason why the Navy is up on top here. The Stars leading 21-7, under 7 minutes to play. And the Stripes back on offense here. Jake Strong back in the shotgun, working things here for the U.S. football Stripes. Justin, Texas native. 6:40 left in the ball game. They're going to have to make something happen twice. Defense on the sideline trying to regroup a little bit after a tough couple of drives. The offense can help, maybe not by taking a ton of time off the clock, by at least scoring here. Giving a breather, a little bit of confidence back into that defensive side of the ball, but here's a penalty that'll back them up.
So what can Jake Strong do to lead this offense? 6:20 and counting, down a couple of scores. They need to strike quickly.
Oh, this one's over the top, and it's picked up. Scoop, score. Touchdown Stars, Joshua Santos.
Well, it's fitting that it's Santos. He has had a whale of a football game. He's been the #1 pass rusher on this Stars unit. A high snap. Strong unable to get it, and Santos just picks it up and rumbles into the end zone, and the Stars have blown this one wide open. And they are loving it.
For good reason. 27-7, the extra point to come. Wow. An unbelievable turn of events. You got to know that Joe Trochet, the coach on the far sideline, is ecstatic with what his ball club has been able to put together here. In a little over a quarter, they have put 21 unanswered up on the points, or 20 unanswered, soon to be 21. And the extra point to come here from Robert Gunn. Storer on the hold. That one's up and good as well. 28-7. The Stars in emphatic fashion.
And now you're in a position, if you're the Stripes, the thing that's you've been hanging your hat on all the games is well, we've run the ball pretty well. Well, now you're down 3 scores. That's got out of your arsenal. You got to put this thing in the air. And a player that I think they've needed to get more involved in the passing game, who's run the football very well, is Trey Levitt.
No doubt about it.
And he seems like a player I think that would excel catching the football out of the backfield. They just really haven't looked for it. I mean, with how aggressive the Stars team has been defensively, you'd think maybe a screen pass, you set something up to try and take advantage of that.
See the score just flash up on the screen, 28-7, 6:06 left in the fourth quarter. Levitt is in that tailback here, takes the handoff, and he's immediately going to be wrapped up in the backfield. Great play from Cedric Hill out of Graham, Washington. Came a long way to Frisco, Texas, and big number 93 gets in the backfield there.
Yeah, that tandem inside with Cedric Hill and DeAndre Carter, that's a lethal weapon.
Bryce Fushik in at quarterback. Fushik lets it fly over the top of the defense, and there was a chance there for just a split second that Peace may have been able to reel that one in.
And for whatever reason, we just haven't been able to see a quarterback and receiver on the same page for this Stripes team. I mean, that was one that was thrown deep on the outside. The receiver was cutting up the field. Just thrown in different wavelengths there.
3rd and 11 on the way. Here for Fushik in this Stripes offense. 4 receivers wide. They're going to pass it here. Another one took a lick. Lays one over the top. It's caught. Beautiful throw, and it's received right in stride. Alex Seja. Outstanding reception and a long gain on 3rd and 11.
Well, Seja on that reception, he's one of those guys that can do a lot. He's listed as an offensive athlete from Long Beach, California. Great hands, but like you said, an even better throw. Just to drop that in there.
A gain of 41 on the play. And a little bit of extra life here from the Stripes side of things. Wow, that was a great play.
Well, we've been waiting.
Yeah.
All game long. Where is this air raid coming from the Stripes squad? And right there, a huge play. Desperately needed with 5:11 to go, down 28-7 here in the 4th quarter. On the move.
5:11 left. Don't have a whole lot of time, but that definitely helps. Gaining 41 on the pass play. Take a look at the Stripes huddle there in the white. They trail by 21. 21 unanswered points from the Stars ever since it was 7-17. There are actually 49 seconds left in that 3rd quarter. Just about 5 minutes of game action. 21 unanswered points thanks to a rushing touchdown on a 12-play drive, a turnover, another rushing touchdown on a 3-play drive, and then a scoop and score on the 2nd play of the Stripes offensive drive. This is play number 4 here. Rolling out. Fushik. Flag thrown. It's probably going to be a hold.
Yeah.
10 yards.
Santos again. Just causing havoc off the edge. Yeah, he has really had an outstanding game. And there was nothing one could do but grab a hold of that, try and slow him up, or else it probably would have been another sack.
When it's 28-7, seems like that defensive pressure comes a little bit quicker at you.
Well, you can certainly pin your ears back. You know, hey, this team's got to throw. We're rushing. And there's been a great mix of blitzing as well as just rushing the front 4, rotating bodies in and out along that front 4 defensive line.
You also got to think about the fact of, from a defensive lineman standpoint, you're looking at your chops. You know the quarterback's going to have to take a big drop and let one fly. How about this one in the flats? Given far side to Carson Green. He's taken down near the original line of scrimmage, but a gain of 10. As Forte and Shelton were in on the tackle.
That one was set up nicely for Green out there to make that catch. Had 2 blockers in front. It looked like they had the numbers game working for them over on that right side. Big chunk to make this a 2nd and 10.
Makes it definitely manageable. 3 receivers to the left. He goes right, throwing over the top, and a collision between 3 individuals on the far sideline. Ball pops out of there and goes free.
Stout coverage. I think that was Brock Lyle.
Sutton Lee was the intended target, the Argyle native.
Danye Peace as well out there on the coverage.
4:28 left. Stars leading 28-7 over the Stripes. 3rd and 10 from the 40-yard line, really about the 39-yard line. 3-step drop, pressure coming. Santos knocks it away.
And they need to get help. I mean, we got to put 2 guys on 43 at all times. Right now, he is unblockable out there. He is playing with a lot of confidence. He's having fun, and he can do no wrong on the football field.
Laredo, Texas has a good one coming in the ranks from Santos, 5'10", 170. Not the biggest of defensive linemen, but hey, when you're that athletic, he's coming off that left side quick. Does it again. Forces a flush out of the pocket. That's close to the first down marker. Good reception across the middle. Lee reels it in, and that should move the chains. It does. Extra life here for the Stripes.
Interesting throw there on the move towards the left. And that launch angle, it came out a little funky, but he gets to the middle of the field to pick up a big first down, just trying to keep this thing alive. Now they're rotating pieces in, and that looks like a player lost his shoe. I think it's Mitchell. He's got to come out now.
That one right up the middle. Flag flies from way deep in the secondary. Clock stops with 3:52 left. Tiger was the ball carrier that time, went about 7 yards. We'll see if that stands or not. 28-7 Stars over the Stripes with 3:52 left. We'll see what the officials want to talk this one over about.
Flag was thrown out into the secondary, and it's an offensive call. You can see the offense moving back right now. Now they're going to move it back up.
Yeah, a little bit of indecision here. Was it a mutual call? He had to signify the backing and forwarding. I don't know what happened there. Not going to lie to you. Bushik back in the shotgun. Tailback to his left. He's going to dump it off to him. How about Levitt taken down? Look at the strength from that defensive line. It's blown dead. Caleb Shelton was the initial one in the backfield, and that was the only line of defense up against Levitt, and with one arm basically pulled him back and forced that one to be blown dead.
Yeah, very impressive play by Shelton, because like you said, Levitt, if he's able to get away, he's got a shot to not only get the ball inside the 10, but maybe to score.
Oh, look at that. Santos almost had him again, wrapped up. Completion across the middle. There's Lee again, who's been really active in the last minute of game action. And another first down reception moves the chains. Play number 11 on the way in this drive.
Suddenly he's just doing a nice job finding a hole in the zone, just sitting in the middle of the field. And he's working in cohesion right now with his quarterback. When he's on the move, he's moving in front of him, so he's in his vision. Easy throw right to the middle of the field.
Two tailback set now. Handoff, Levitt bounces to the outside. He's got some room. He's going to have to dive for the pylon. He doesn't need to dive. He walks his way in. Touchdown Stripes. Trey Levitt out of Hurricane, Utah.
Well, Trey Levitt certainly looks the part. I mean, if you're going to have a guy come off the bus and say, oh, that's my running back, Trey Levitt's the guy you'd like. And he can do it all. We've seen him now with that catch out of the backfield, but a beautiful finishing run to get to the corner and beat the D. Nice drive there for the Stripes. 2:49 to go, and it might be too little too late, as they're an extra point away from cutting the deficit to 14.
You're going to need a defensive turnover quick, maybe even a defensive touchdown to try and get back within striking distance. They have 2 timeouts left. Here is that PAT. And a sideways kick is good from Pierce Thomas Burns. It is 28-14 now the score. A rumbling, tumbling 17-yard touchdown run there from Trey Levitt. I think you described it perfectly. That's the guy you want at running back. You see him get off the bus. Hey, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'll make that work.
There's my guy. Yeah, it's a fantasy football dream right there.
Well, he did give his fantasy owners a couple extra points. If you are in the U.S. football middle school bowl game series fantasy football poll like me and Zach are, then you're happy if you drafted Levitt on your team. Joking, of course. 3 receivers wide, and the Stars continue to lead 28-14. All they got to do basically is not turn over the football. And they should walk away victorious. Brennan Storer back in at quarterback. He hands it off to Jamari Stone. Stone with a great touchdown run from 6 yards out. Really got the momentum back on the Stars' side early or late in that third quarter. just under a minute left in the third is when he was able to rumble his way in. That was a tough touchdown run as well.
The Stripes do have 2 timeouts remaining if they choose to use them. If they're able to get a stop here on 2nd down, they might go ahead and burn one to try and get the ball back. But they're content to let this one run right now as we hit around that 2-minute mark.
Only 3 seconds left on the play clock. They got to hurry it up. They do get it off with 2. And another tough run up the middle, pushing the pile.
Very close to first down yardage. Might be a yard shy, but yeah, hard running from Jamari Stone from Honolulu, Hawaii.
If you're going to come all this way, you might as well score a touchdown and then close off a victory. And they are going to call a timeout here from the Stripes sideline. 1:39 left on the clock, trailing 28-14. Just another reminder, the Stars in the navy and the Stripes are in the white. Right now, just over 90 seconds away from a Stars victory here in Game 2 of the afternoon. Game 3 directly following at 3 o'clock right here at the Ford Center in Frisco, Texas. We'll be alongside for that one as well. It's the 15U Stars and Stripes battle. Lots of notable names in that ball game as well. We'll be keeping a close eye on an outstanding matchup on the way for Game 3. This is Game 2, and you got trips to the right side here for Storer. I assume they're going to still hand it off here, and they do. No, they're going to just take it himself. Storer trying to run away from the defense, and finally he's going to be taken down quickly by Chris Carpenter. Good play there from Carpenter out of University Place, Washington.
It's a big first down, probably ices the game here.
You'd think so.
With a minute and a half and counting, 1 timeout left for the Stripes. I doubt that they use this one before it's all said and done.
Only needed a yard, and that's what they got from Storer. Smart play, just taking it yourself. End up moving the chains. You can drop a pin in this place because starting to realize this one should be coming to an end. 1 minute left. They're going to hand it off up the middle to Stone. Presses forward for about a 3-yard gain. Maybe one more snap. And we should call an end to this one. Zach, though, as the clock continues to tick down, 45 seconds left. They'll give out the MVP for the U.S. national team down on the field here in just a little bit, so we'll pass it over to the PA announcer for that. But who's your Wolchuk Warrior for this matchup? I believe there are a couple names that can be mentioned here, but an outstanding matchup from both of these sides, and the Stars just kind of had that strong into the third quarter, start of the fourth that was able to pull them away. But who was your individual that stood out?
Well, for the Stars, certainly there's a plethora of names to choose from. Brennan Storer was unbelievable early on. Alan Mitchell, I thought, had an outstanding game, but when it's all said and done, to me, I think it's Joshua Santos, and his ability to really take over here in the second half. Had a very good first half as well, but you had the fumble return for a touchdown, pressure all day, effective in the run game as well defensively. I just think he was sound throughout, and while there were tons of great players across the board, Levitt was outstanding for the Stripes. Carson Green ran the ball very hard as well. There's some great secondary play. Heck, you could have given it to maybe the entire Stars offensive line.
You really could.
But I really, really did enjoy the way Joshua Santos performed here today.
So official Wolchuk Warrior from Zach Wolchuk himself. As this one does come to an end, the Stars 28, the Stripes 14. As the two teams will make their way to the 40-yard line and look across for the presentation of the MVP trophy. Or I guess it's a chain. You wrap around the chain like you see from some of the college programs. Georgia Bulldogs definitely made it famous last year, and you get yourself a little bit of an unbelievable big silver chain to take home. So we're going to pass it over to the PA announcer.
Presenting today's MVPs is USA Football's Regional Camp Director, Coach Jason Tennant. Today's MVP for the Stars, number 20, Alan Mitchell.
very deserving from Alan Mitchell. He was really one of the key pieces early in this ball game as he does win the MVP there from the Stars. Had the touchdown catch to start the ball game on that first drive. He then ran it in for a second score later on. Oh, it's Sky Moon. Yeah, he had an outstanding game on the defensive end. He was all over the place from Carrollton, Texas. Got Carrollton, Texas, and Baldwin, Missouri balling out for the MVP awards here from Frisco, Texas. Any final thoughts, Zach?
Well, the future's bright. I mean, no doubt about it. When you look at the talent that we saw, well-deserved there for both players. Alan Mitchell made the most of every single carry he was given. He had the touchdown reception early to start things off. Sky Moon, an outstanding game as well, very active for the Stripes. But Brennan Storer, that kid's the real deal, man. Really that kid has a bright, bright future. I can't wait to see him here locally. The Dallas, Texas product take on eventually the high school ranks. He's going to be a force to be reckoned with. But across the board, just a ton of talent. And these offensive linemen, look, probably the best showing that you could ask for at this age group between offensive and defensive linemen. Just a battle in the trenches all day long between both squads.
So that's going to do it for the U14 squads. You had the Courage take down the, I believe, Pride. Yeah, the Courage taking down the Pride 37-7 in game one. And then the Stars take down the Stripes in game two, 28-14. Now it's time to give way for the big boys, the U15 squads coming up next. That game kicks off at 3 o'clock. You can catch that right here on the U.S. National Team Facebook page, Facebook Live, as well as Vimeo and YouTube as well. An outstanding matchup here comes to an end for everybody. Presenting this ball game from Game On Sports for our spotter Kyle McCord and for my partner Zach Wolchuk. I'm Kyle Yeoman saying so long for now from Frisco.